against hybrid drones?
Well, there are very dire lessons to learn from Ukraine, and we are learning from Ukraine, and we're also practicing, I would say, Nordic and NATO solidarity. So when Denmark made requests to Norway to have anti-drone detection capacity, it was a very obvious decision for us to provide that equipment.
Are EU countries too weak because you have Norway, you have UK, you have Ukraine helping to secure the space here in Denmark? Is the EU too weak?
It just illustrates that we have to work on this. Had this been an issue 5 years ago, you would have not thought about it. But I think drones, you see what role they play in the war in Ukraine. You see how they create hybrid uncertainty in countries throughout Europe. So we have to improve our detection capacity. We have to improve our cooperation between police and defense, and we are working on that.
To what extent will Norway be part of the SAFE instrument, the SAFE program provided by the European Commission?
We are working to be part of that.
Is Norway going to contribute to the drone war? Is Norway going to contribute financially to building the drone war?
Yes, we will be. We are in touch with the Commission to be part of that initiative. Yes.
Does Norway see some value in these EPC summits, the format of them?
Yeah, I'm Norway, not being member of the European Union, we think that this broad European platform is useful. It's not a forum for decisions, but meeting and discussing and exchanging. Especially one issue now, which is emerging in addition to Ukraine, is how we together fight organized crime. And we all have in our countries now even younger people committing even more serious crime. And they're all backed and initiated by criminal networks working on the internet. And we cannot let criminal gangs have an advance on governments on this. So this is one theme we will discuss here today.
How do you think the Danish government prepare Denmark for future drone attacks?
Well, I think now Nordic countries, European countries are collaborating on how to understand this drone threat. Many inhabitants in our countries have drones for private purposes. And so this is mixed with the challenge we may have from external actors creating uncertainty in our countries. So this drone phenomenon flying in our skies have to be treated with more equipment to detect, possibly take down. And we have to work both on capacity and methodology. So here I think we should take advantage of us being democratic countries. We can do it in NATO, we can do it in European settings, and we will certainly discuss it today.
But it seems as though Denmark weren't prepared for those drone attacks.
Well, I cannot comment on that, but it was very obvious when Denmark asked Norway for assistance, we were happy to provide what we had.
And what did you give to Denmark?
Well, I will not comment on the specificity, but we provided equipment and we provided personnel. And they are put on a Danish command while they are here.
So will you take it back after this meeting?
We will. We need it in Norway.
So do you please have a comment at all on Israel's interception of Gaza aid boats overnight and the arrest of several of those trying to deliver desperately needed aid to Gaza?
Well, it illustrates that we need to get desperate needed aid to Gaza. And I think the main thing here is to get in aid through the established channels and let the UN and the well-trained organizations distribute that aid. And then I just have to say that Israel should respect, international law and treat this in a cautious way. Okay.
Jonas, a question.
You are now building the drone wall. Where does it leave you?
You are correct. We are not part of the European Union, but we are part of Europe. So on these issues of defense and security, we have very close cooperation. So on this strengthened cooperation against unwanted drone activity, we will be part of that.
Are you coming with even more money to support Ukraine after the criticism of your lack of support?
We provide this year almost $8 billion in 25, same sum for 26. I think that's a very significant sum. I just met President Zelensky today. I think what you see now in support to Ukraine is that it is gradually becoming more and more Northern European and Nordic. And we will continue to maintain a high level, but we also need to get other countries to chip in.
Do you agree with the criticism that you were a bit too slow
No,
to increase the support?
I don't agree with that. We have been consistent from the start with very substantial support. And we are also very focused on providing what Ukraine asks for, what they need. And that is what we will continue to do.
Jeg vil gerne spørge på dansk, svare på norsk. Den danske statsminister har sagt op til topmøderne her, at vi befinder os i en tid, der minder om tiden op til 2. verdenskrig, mellemkrigstiden. Er du enig i den analyse?
Enhver tid får sin historiske karakteristikk, og jeg tenker at vi skal forstå vår tid ut fra den tiden vi nå lever i. Som vi sier, historien gjentar seg aldri, men den kan rime, den kan gi noen leksjoner. Og jeg er mest opptatt av at vi nå forstår hva denne tiden består i. Og der handler det om å gi støtte til det landet som er angrepet i en fullskala invasjon, Ukraina. Det handler om å samarbeide mellom demokratier mot sammensatte hybride trusler. Og så handler det om å finne løsninger for at landene igjen begynner å snakke med hverandre. Det er vår tids utfordring.
Det kan virke som om, at vi i Europa er et skridt bagud hele tiden. Hvordan kan vi komme til at komme et skridt foran? Hvordan kan vi sørge for, at vi ikke, for eksempel i forhold til dronetruslerne, de hybride trusler, at vi er godt nok rustet, garderet til at kunne håndtere det, der måtte komme, de trusler, der måtte komme i fremtiden?
De hybride truslene er utfordrende, for de er nye, og de visker ut skillet mellom et angrep og en usikkerhet. Våre borgere har jo veldig mange droner. I Norge registrerte vi i fjor over 1000 droneobservasjoner, og de fleste av dem er sivile nordmenn som er uforsiktige med droner nære flyplasser. Men det skaper en usikkerhet som også eksterne aktører kan bruke. Jeg tror demokratiene er sterke. Hvis demokratiene samarbeider, har god informasjon, snakker sant om utfordringene, så er vi sterkere enn de autoritære som forsøker å splitte oss.
Er det så ikke ærgerligt, at I ikke er medlem av EU i disse dage og disse tider?
Norge må gjøre det beste ut av sin situasjon. Jeg var tilhenger av at Norge skulle bli medlem av EU. Norske folk stemte annerledes. Og da må vi bruke de mulighetene vi har til å samarbeide nært med nordiske og europeiske partnere. Og Norge skal være... Jeg tror det er slik som Ursula von der Leyen sier, at Norge er EUs beste venn. Det får være det beste vi kan få til.
Undskyld, hvad siger du til regarding increasing military spending of the EU members and downgrading spendings for development? Do you think it's generate new problem?
We are not EU, but we maintain 1% of development aid while we still increase. Sorry.
You still?
Yeah.
But what is?
Sorry.